blue Terran. And in the bottom left is Ihufa. It's the orange Zerg.
Let's see if Terranos can give a better account of himself than last game. It was just that crippling early mistake. And yeah, just couldn't possibly recover from that. When you make mistakes like that, they're so critical so early on in the game. It really is on a knife edge for quite some time, especially in the early stages of the game versus any Zerg. You just have to be on point, and he really let his guard down. And of course, he was never getting back into it. So hopefully he's a little bit more prepared, a little bit more warmed up this time after the previous game, and can show us some good games, as the Koreans would always say.
Definitely one of the cooler things about StarCraft, in my opinion, where what Terranos was doing should have been absolutely safe, and he should have been able to do a great, strong build and have a great game after that. But ever so slightly, he ever so slightly did one thing wrong by not moving the Marine there like 5 seconds before he needed it to. Completely fucks everything up. His build is in shambles, and it looks like he has no idea what he's doing. It's like, it really is that razor's edge what separates a very well-structured build to a build that is not viable.
It's awesome, isn't it, really, when you break it down to that kind of level.
Fantastic.
I mean, it comes down to the smallest of keystrokes, but it's just so important, something you cannot live without, and that just happens to be one of them. But yeah, I'm sure we won't be seeing a similar mistake twice in a row. We have Ihufa now going for the 12 hatch, sending out a scouting drone at the same time. Yes, the 12 hatch does go down, whilst at the other end of things, completely normal stuff so far from Terranos, just making up the barracks. I haven't actually read what's being said in the stream in the game chat. Anything revealing, interesting, otherwise?
In the game chat or in the stream chat?
Game chat.
In the game chat? No, just Terranos saying that he had a bad game.
Yeah, okay. He did. We all saw it.
Yeah. Nope. And that's part of StarCraft. You're all gonna have games like that. It's about how you shake it off and play the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the players in this stage are quite good players, especially at their own level. I mean, this is some of the best players at the C ranks right now. So, whilst players may have games like that and look, it's like, oh my god, what the hell are they doing? Everyone's better than that. Everyone right now in this tournament is better than that, but it's so easy to let the nerves get on top of you, or just make a simple mistake like that, and you can end up looking really quite terrible, whereas actually, of course, he's not a bad player. None of the players left in this tournament are bad players.
Ooh, man, Terranos, just in the nick of time, gets that Marine there to block the SCV from Ihufa from getting in. Very nice, and with a second Marine coming up, that drone will not be able to get past him alive. Looks like Terranos is going to be going for the Fast Expo. Waited a little bit long on that. He got up to almost 550 minerals before throwing it down, but combination of this being a reverse ramp map and his opponent going for a 12 hatch, pretty good option here to just go fast CC.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely safe. I mean, he'd have to make more than a huge cock-up if he were to let Lings into his base at this point. He's getting the bunker nice and early as well. I've seen Terrans wait till quite late to actually make that bunker, but he's making sure to be safe, and I think that's a very good choice. The bunker always blows my mind when Terrans don't make enough bunkers. They are so cheap, and even just making one at this stage is no real skin off your nose. I know if you really break it down, it does matter, but it's just better to be safe than sorry, especially at these levels. There are far more costly things that everyone is doing all the time than spending out a few minerals on a slightly earlier bunker. So I think that's a good choice. As the Lings are now making their way over, he's going to be glad of that bunker and glad of the extra defense as his command center nearly finishes as well.
I totally feel that way about Terran when they don't wall.
Yeah.
Why would you ever not wall? I don't know.
You know, Poetic, my older brother plays Terran. He doesn't like to wall, and I need to ask him again why, because I have asked him in the past, because it doesn't make much sense to me either. He does have reasons, and I remember thinking they were quite valid, but for the life of me, I can't remember what they were. So I'll ask him. I'm sure they're good.
I hear that as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brains as to what they could actually be. I'm sure they're good and well, but yeah, I'll find that out for next week.
Ihufa with a lot of Lings here. It looks like an entire control group, but that is a very stout defense from Terranos. Bunker, 7 Marines, and 3 SCVs guarding the bunker. More than enough to really stop Ihufa from attacking it directly. Run by also seems very hard to make happen. Terranos has his units in a good position.
Yeah.
So got that completely shut down. Meanwhile, we do see Ihufa going for the standard stuff. Lair just about to finish up. He already has his third hatch rate.
But meanwhile, he's doing circling speed as well, which is interesting, I think.
Well, yeah, at this stage, that is slightly... Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. He wants to have that ready for using in conjunction with his mutas. Or maybe he's going to do a little bit of the Ling run by and just try and take out some missile turrets, which wouldn't be uncommon. I've seen that a fair amount of times in games, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, he started that before he saw Terranos' wall. And I do think as a Zerg player, when you build 12 Lings initially, and you're not doing anything else at this stage of the game, you do feel a little bit compelled to get that Zergling speed to kind of boost all of these Zerglings that you made. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But I can certainly understand the thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Terranos going for the very standard fast +1 build. Has 4 barracks now, might possibly get a 5th, but certainly going to be producing off of all 4 of those and have a very scary attack coming just before Ihufa's lurkers are done, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. It is... No, never mind what I was going to say. I had a point, then I decided not to make it, so never mind. Forget I ever talked. Forget I was ever here. Don't mention it ever again.
It's pretty cool that Ihufa already is doing his armor upgrade for ground, so he'll have that in time. Unlike... What was the first series we casted? Simp against Sheepdog, yeah. And he lagged on upgrading a lot, so that is pretty good.
I have to ask this for the sake of my own ego. How much better than Sheepdog was Zimp in those games? I didn't get to see them.
Game 1, Sheepdog crushed Zimp. But actually, both of them had one game where they crushed the other person very easily. And then there was one very close game where Zimp just barely pulled it out.
Okay, that sounds fair. That's cool. So I could have ended up playing against anyone, basically.
Yeah.
That's alright.
You really should have been playing against Sheepdog. Sheepdog threw away one hell of a lead.
Yeah.
Terranos is actually going for this attack pretty early
This is good.
here. Yeah, I completely
Where are
putting
the Sunkens?
It's not going to be in time for this engagement, certainly. Ihufa's put on his back foot and is really going to rely on immaculate Mutalisk micro. He's doing a pretty good job so far. Oh, really good job so far. The Marines aren't actually attacking the Mutalisks. And
wow.
Ooh, that could have been horrible. A game-winning attack from Terranos there, but Ihufa, I don't think he lost a single Mutalisk.
I don't think he did, but I think that was, whilst it was good for Ihufa, I don't want to take that away from him. I think it was missed micro also on Terranos' part. He should have been rushing the hell out of those mutants right there. There was one sunken colony. Tanky few hits from a sunken colony is no bad thing if enables to get yourself right underneath that flock of Mutalisks. And if he'd have got underneath that flock of Mutalisks, there would have been no micro in the world that could have saved Ihufa at that point. And I think Terranos can partly be called out on that point.
Yeah. Oh, alright, there we go. 2 Mutalisks going down there. A lot of these Mutalisks were in fact injured, though not killed. But now Ihufa does have 7 Mutalisks in Terranos' base. We saw him with some pretty nice Mutalisk micro game 1, and oh, Terranos, your missile turrets are not in the right place, man.
Yeah, that's a big ass gap right there.
Man. Oh, those missile turrets. What are they doing out here? Those 3 missile turrets do nothing other than...
Just, they make the little men dizzy. That's it. That's all they do.
Oh man, that's brutal. And these Mutalisks... They've already done so much damage to the SCVs. They've taken out a good number of Marines. They can easily snipe that tank if they see it. Snipe it.
They should.
Snipe it. Nope, not going to go for the tank. Instead, going for the Marines.
Very odd choice.
Yeah. Look at that Zergling mess he's doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Double upgrade, Evo, and just going for Hive. Probably Otrotus now, yeah, so...
I don't think it's even going to get to the point where he needs Hive. He's just going to win with uncracked Lings. There's not even a single Marine in that bunker. Terranos, you're all over the place, and the Lings are just swarming to the main base. This is going to be another pretty hefty GG for Terranos right now. This is going to hurt. I don't know how he's going to recoup in set 3. It's going to be a pretty rough time for him mentally.
There is no set 3 if Ihufa wins. It's best of 3.
Oh. Oh.
Alright.
Damn.
So, the missile turrets have been taken out in the natural. Mutalisks could come back and attack that. Instead, the Mutalisks are actually heading out, or leaving, and allowing the Zerglings to do damage on their own. Getting something done. Doing some pretty good damage here. Oh boy, but Terranos down to just 35 supply and has to deal with so many very strong Zerg things. The Zerg upgrades are great. They're getting on great tech. And Terranos doesn't even have the economy to be producing out of his factory or his starports.
Yeah, he's got nothing. All the Mutalisks finally go down. There's still more links coming in. It's not going to be finishing right now. I think Ihufa's just done the damage he needs to do. Terranos is, to all intents and purposes, pretty finished. It's not going to end now because obviously that last attack has been beaten off, and I think Ihufa should just take a second, regroup, and then make one big concerted final push, because I think that's all it's going to take. But he is going to be able to blast his way back all the way into the natural with relatively little trouble. In he goes, and going to be forcing the lift of the CC. I do hope that CC is going to lift up.
Oh!
He does lift it, thank Christ.
Yeah, but it's burning. And I don't think there's an SCV that's going to be able to get through those cracklings to try to save it.
I think he could, like,
float it
kill
back
everything else before that CC burns down.
Alright, the firebat did a good amount of damage there.
Wow, he's building a queen.
Oh man.
Really?
Well, he's just all attack at this point. He's got ultras, queens. Right. Oh dear, I'm just waiting for an infested Terran.
That's got to be it. Oh, PP. All right.
Clean mouse.
Clean mouse.
How important?
Ihufa admitting that he has a ball mouse from like early 2000s, 1999.
Or maybe he just like got a piece of like Haribo stuck in the laser or something of his mouse, like that was left on his mouse mat from ages ago.
Yo, Toronto set down his command center, but he's not repairing it. Like, it might... Okay, he's now repairing it. The queen can infest as long as it's below half. So the queen can get in there. Do it right now.
It's alright, he's repairing it now, it's okay. I do want the queen to infest it. The queen's just chilling there. I think he's like waiting until he knows the deal. Because that attempt at a run by, I don't quite know. All his links died and he's got 3 Ultralisks. This really isn't a very good army.
Queen, just go! Right now! You can still get there!
Go for it. Go for it.
I think it's too late now. But if you'd went, you could have totally infested that.
If only. I would have loved that. That would have been such a stylish finish to this particular set. It's not going to happen. Whoa! We have another hatchery at the top left with the SCV having a bit of a crack at it. Weird that Ihufa doesn't have the units right now to just trash through all these Marines. He might just have the power with Ultralisks alone. I think he's going to try it, and he's going to. Those Marines are putting up no sort of fight whatsoever. And yeah, this is really pretty nasty stuff. He's starting to lay down the mines, but this could lead to some basically pretty horrible mine drags on his own units. No, it doesn't. The Ultralisks do damage. One shot in the line out right there.
Man, that actually could have been pretty bad for Ihufa at the same time. That probably would have hit all 4 of his Ultralisks. But now there are 3 Ultralisks. The SCVs do 5 damage. The Ultralisks have 5 armor. Pretty bad matchup for the SCVs there.
Yeah, it's like trying to take on walking hatcheries with scythes attached to them. It's not good for an SCV. And GG from Terranos, and that will, unless I'm wrong again about the format, that will put Ihufa through to the next round of the group stages, where he will be playing. Is it Radley?
It is in fact Radley.
Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm not.
And Radley is in chat. He has confirmed that that is not one of the walkover sets.
Cool.
So let's